fam. I hope all is well in your corner of the world. Man, really excited on an Aesop Rock kick today. We just did Jumping Coffins. Man, that's got to be one of my definitely top five from Aesop Rock now. I just like the vibe. He was riding the beat. I'm like, man, you know what? Come on, let's keep it going. Let's do. This is one someone else had recommended in the comment section. They said Getaway car. I was like, ooh, I like that title. That sounds nice. Let's get right into it. It looks like I couldn't find a lyric video at all. It looks like there's no official video. So really, all I got pulled up is this is Aesop Rock featuring Cage Getaway car. So not really too much information on it. It doesn't seem like one of his more popular tracks, but let's check it out.
Hey yo, I send this to all of my corporate corpses trying to abort the thoughts of coming out wildin'.
That's not Aesop. Who is Cage?
Worked out a TV studio and audio assistant. Easy, do my duty though at times was in a me mood. How'd I gotta be cool?
Whoa, I gotta run this back. Almost sounds like there's two songs playing at the same time.
Hey yo, I send this to all of my corporate corpses trying to abort the thoughts of coming out wildin'. Dumbing out time to off the office. I was sure.
He said, I send this to all my corporate corpses. Who something about aborting the thoughts of trying to wild out, right? Or coming out wildin'. He said, corporate corpses, who doesn't work for the man at this point? Don't we all, right? In some way or fashion. It's so hard not to. But it sounds like he's just talking about that lingering thought of just saying, fuck it, right? It's like most people work. Who is this? What does George Carlin say, right? He said, most people work just hard enough not to get fired and paid just enough money not to quit. I really like way back in the day, I saw it was like one of those memes, but this is when memes first came out. So it more or less looked like a poster. And it said normal, right, is getting dressed in clothes that you buy for work, driving through traffic in a car that you're still paying for in order to get to a job that you need so you can pay for the clothes, car, and the house that you leave empty all day in order to afford to live in it. It's like, who told us this was normal behavior, right? So it sounds like maybe Getaway car, maybe this is his getaway, right? Getting away from the corporate world or getting away from work. Let's run it back here a little bit. With the beat is different, but the flow is too. I don't know if I've ever heard this cat on an Aesop Rock track, at least one that I've listened to. And just a disclaimer as well, this is in my opinion, right? I have no way of knowing what Aesop Rock is writing about. I had somebody in the comment section was like, maybe you should reach out to Aesop Rock. I'm like, why do you think he would talk to me? Little old me, right? But also, this is art, right? It's art in itself. I think we said last video, this is like someone writing a beautiful poem or painting a great piece of art, and someone going to an art gallery and really interpreting that work. It's what it means to them. And you might get the general feeling, but it doesn't mean that you're exactly what that artist was looking to portray. So I just want to let people know this is in my opinion, right? There's probably several hundred opinions on his work. Now, this is one of those interpretations. And the way that we interpret this, it's a breakdown, but it's also a reaction because this is my first time going through these tracks. Let's get right into it. Getaway car. Again, we're running back here.
Hey yo, I send this to all of my corporate corpses trying to abort the thoughts of coming out wildin'. Dumbing out time to off the office. I was surely sort of twisted. Worked out a TV studio and
Worked at a TV studio, huh?
Hey yo, I send this to all of my corporate corpses trying to abort the thoughts of coming out wildin'. Dumbing out time to off the office, I was surely sort of twisted.
He said dumbing out. I imagine that's like doing some monotonous, doing the same thing over and over, right? Waiting for the clock so you can slide down your brontosaurus and go home. Or yabba dabba doo face, right?
Trying to abort the thoughts of coming out wildin'. Dumbing out time to off the office, I was
No, but he said to off the office, right? The wordplay there. But when you off someone, you kill them, right? Going postal, right? That's where that whole going postal, it's something that happened. It's a slang phrase, but it's meant to be like increasingly angry, right? To the point of violence in a workplace environment. In the 80s or early 90s, late 80s, there were several of these USPS, right? The Postal Service, where someone shot and killed a manager or fellow workers, or it's like dealing with mass murder. It doesn't seem as crazy now because now we have school shootings, but at the time, these workplace shootings were very uncommon, and it just was coined going postal.
corpses trying to abort the thoughts of coming out wildin'. Dumbing out time to off the office, I was surely sort of twisted. Worked at a TV studio and audio assistant. Easy, do my duty, though at times was in a mean mood. How'd I gotta be cool? I was on the brink of fiends, droop, living at the green room.
Yeah, that sounds like he's going crazy, right? He worked as what did he say? He said an audio assistant, or a TV studio as an audio assistant, right? But he said I was on the brink of fiend's drool, right? Somebody just drooling there. It's almost, I'm picturing somebody who had like a lobotomy, right? They're just sitting there doing this work that doesn't matter, right?
How'd I gotta be cool? I was on the brink of fiends, droop, living at the green room. Made a brother the same color, but beyond neon. Pushing me to
right, he talked about the green room, right? Most, if you're familiar with the production, you have a green room where people are kind of behind the scenes before they come out. He said it made a brother the same color, right? It's making him green. Like he wants to vomit or so, right? He's getting sick. Ooh, normally when you hear peon, you're talking about like some servant, some slave type worker. Doesn't sound like he's saying that. It almost sounds like out of sight, right? He said beyond neon. So he's not neon, he's getting this dark green. Sounds like he's getting sick, right? Barking at dreams to be gone. So, it sounds like he's biting, no pun intended, with the dog bite, right? And the dog bark. So he's biting the idea of leaving, but he's being a little bitch, right? No, he's not necessarily, realistically, it happens when you get older. Right, you have more to lose, right? You have 2 houses, 2 cars, you have kids' classes. You're not being a punk. You're just doing real man shit, right? What's a Calarginal? What is that? Is that a Bronx Tale, right? Bronx Tale with Calarginal with Robert De Niro as the bus driver. And what does he say? Oh, wasted. The worst thing in the world is wasted talent. But remember what he says on the bus. He says the real man is the working man. He gets up every day and he slaves away and he gets up every day to take care of his family. That's the real man. So, this is a kind of play on Getaway, getting away from that.
Worked at a TV studio and audio assistant. Easy, do my duty, though at times was in a mean mood. How'd I gotta be cool? I was on the brink of fiends, droop, living at the green room. Made a brother the same color, but beyond neon. Pushing me to peon, barking at dreams to be gone. Turning to the talent, and many they haven't any. Was it really a challenge when he be like, God damn it, can he hear his vocal? As he cuffing it, how my mic sound?
He's saying there's a lot of these people don't have any talent at all, right? Right, what did he say? He said he was working. He's working as a studio assistant, right? What did he say? He said it's a challenge when they say, "Can you hear my vocal?" But he's cuffing it, right? How my mic sound, but he's cuffing the mic, right? Let's run it back.
Barking at dreams to be gone, turning to the talent, and many they have. having any was especially a challenge when he be like, God damn it, can he hear his vocal? As he cuffing it, how my mic sound. Thinking on the low is perfect when he put the mic down. Clowns
sounds better when he's done doing it, right? Or he's not doing it at all. It definitely sounds like he's talking about professional mics, not some old school one you might hit, when you're beatboxing or whatnot. But it sounds like he's talking about what they call a directional mic. Like I have a Yeti one here, Blue Omni or something it's called, and I can change the settings on it. But there's certain mics where, depending, it's the acoustics of it. But it sounds like he's dealing with people that don't even know how to do their job well. And he's just getting frustrated with them because they're relatively ignorant, right? Or they're ignorant in general.
It was perfect when he put the mic down. Clown stand steady, grilling, wanting subservient. Sound man burying, thinking I fucking mic. Damn it, can he hear his vocal? As he cuffing it, how my mic sound. Thinking on the low is perfect when he put the mic down. Clown stand steady, grilling, wanting subservient. Sound man burying, thinking.
It's a clown stand steady grilling. Wanting subservience, right? So it sounds like he's talking about these are people that are superior to him, right? A subservient person, right? That's a willingness to really obey others, like without question, right? He's a clown stand, steady grilling. When you grill someone, you're questioning them, right? Did you do it right? Did you note Salesforce? Did you update the notes? Did you, what did you do? So it sounds like there's a boss that's standing over him, right?
When he put the mic down, clown stand steady, grilling, wanting subservient. Sound man burying, thinking I fucking murdered them and steaming as I'm watching dude. Leaving on some hot pursuit, gotta win. As these cats be modeling what not to do.
Yeah, he's supposed to be a role model, right? A superior in the company, and he's modeling what not to do. He said leaving on some hot pursuit. I don't know if he said Duke. I didn't catch that reference. Hot pursuit is like following somebody closely. It could also be a video game. It's one of my favorites. That's Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. Back in the day, I'm talking about old Cruising USA phase.
Leaving on some hot pursuit, gotta win. Thinking I put the mic down, clown stand steady, grilling.
I want to hear when he says Duke, I believe.
I fucking murdered them and steaming as I'm watching Duke. Leaving on some hot pursuit, gotta win. As these cats be modeling.
Watching Duke, like I want to think, is there an old show called Duke the Dog? But he could be watching Duke as in like watching NCAA or something. I don't know what it's referring to. Let me know in the comment section. He said, and steaming as I'm watching Duke. So maybe he's watching like the Final Four or something.
Fucking murder them and steaming as I'm watching Duke. Leaving on some hot pursuit, gotta win. As these cats be modeling what not to do. Getaway cow, getaway cow, getaway cow, getaway cow, getaway cow, getaway cow.
6 in the morning and the walls closing. High noon calls and the walls on him. Kings at the ready, know the wars won't win. Storms on the harbor like a harbinger of gore.
Ooh, that's Aesop there, right? What did he say? Storm at the harbor, right? Harbinger of gore. Isn't that a game too? But let's run it back.
Kings at the ready, know the wars won't win. Storms on the harbor like a harbinger of gore. Gore's my harbinger, part of the art of war. Get your doors.
Ooh, a harbinger. This is something that would foreshadow something, right? Or it's like it's the way I think of anyway. It's like a sign of something to come, right? Or some change that's happening. So a harbinger of gore obviously speaks for itself, right?
Like a harbinger of gore. Gore's my harbinger, part of the art of war. Get your doors darkened by
He's been saying a lot of video game names. I kind of want to run it back and see if there's a theme there I just wasn't listening for. But on the first time around, it sounds like he might be dropping a few little Easter eggs there, right? Because we heard him say Hot Pursuit, right? Need for Speed, Hot Pursuit. But he said Harbinger. Harbinger is a game, but he also said the Art of War. Now it doesn't seem like they're system specific, but the Art of War is definitely a game.
Harbinger of gore, right? Gore's my harbinger, part of the art of war, right? Get your doors darkened by the house of card carpenters who never thought a slave could be a Spartacus and more.
House of Cards is a game too. So I guess, maybe I'm just listening now. It sounds like it's standing out, right? House of Cards is it's a show, but it's also a game where you just use the cards to build like forts and houses.
Right, get your doors darkened by the house of card carpenters who never thought a slave could be a Spartacus and more.
Ooh. Yeah, Spartacus was a slave, right? When you think of, which ties it to being a working slave. But Spartacus, there's a game there too, right? You get Spartacus Legends, it's called. But Spartacus, what I think it's referring to is being a slave, just like somebody can be a slave to their job.
Card carpenters who never thought a slave could be a Spartacus and more. Pencil sharpener with a resume for the carnivores who take important conference calls and corner office walls. Still a buck as a buck and he punch numbers. 5 punch, just say no to company functions. And he duck into the dungeons. Nothing says kill it.
5 punch, like you just punch out when it's your time to go?
5 punch, just say no to company functions. And he duck into the dungeons. Nothing says kill it. Like a day of fetching paper clips and staplers for the privileged.
Did he say fetching?
Duck into the dungeons. Nothing says kill it. Like a day of fetching paper clips and staplers for the privileged. 2 lives, one is chores for whores. One is where I want to be when you begin regretting yours. And I'm born with a large be tardy every morning to a man who took authority beyond what it was for. How you gonna pay the rent?
Yeah, he's talking about somebody at the job, right? Some middle manager or so. What did he say? He said he's tardy every morning, right? He said to a man who took authority beyond what it was. Or
chores for whores. One is where I want to be when you begin regretting yours. And I poured in with a large coffee tardy every morning to a man.
He poured in with a large coffee. So it's like he's coming in as well, though. There's some wordplay there, like you would pour coffee, but he's coming in, right? He says he's tardy every morning.
I want to be when you begin regretting yours. And I poured in with a large coffee tardy every morning to a man who took authority beyond what it was for. How you gonna pay the rent? Day job free. Make rap records. Matter of fact, thanks.
He said, "How you gonna make rent? Right? Everybody needs a day job, not a side hustle. How you gonna make the day job? How you gonna pay rent?" He said, "Making rap records. Matter of fact, thanks. Peace." Right? Oh, fuck you. You're cool, right?
A man who took authority beyond what it was for. How you gonna pay the rent? Day job free. Make rap records. Matter of fact, thanks. Getaway car. Getaway car. Getaway car. Getaway car. Getaway car. Getaway car. 6 in the morning and the walls closing. High noon calls and the walls on him. Kings at the ready, now the walls won't win. From being tied down in recreation.
Is this a different guy or is this that guy? What does it say? Cage? He said Brock featuring Cage. So yeah, I gotta check this cat out. But his flow seemed a little different in the first verse.
Kings at the ready, now the walls won't win. They often being tied down in recreation, swinging a paddle at mental patience. In the competition, to smother the pain.
Very getting some Eminem vibes, right? Eminem is always one to talk about mental patience and being in like a mental ward, right?
Down in recreation, swinging a paddle at mental patience, raping the competition, to smother the pain and sin. So we pound you out in table tennis like Wang Lekin.
Yeah, Wang Lekin is a Chinese professional table tennis player.
Smother the pain and sin, so we pound you out in table tennis like Wang Lekin. 2 strains within just to stop the minute. Interaction, sleeping, thoughts documented. 2 strains within just to stop the minute. Interaction, sleeping, thoughts documented. He's lingering insane, pain thinner in his vein. Colors blown out around the doctor's finger in his brain.
Oh, it is crazy.
In a fetal position, he crafted a path to escape his.
That was weird. I got to run that back. I was getting some rapey vibes there. It definitely sounds like he's possibly in an institution. But there seemed to be a theme with some rapey stuff. Let's check it out.
Brain. Wouldn't he linger in insane pain thinner in his vein? Colors blown out around the doctor's finger in his brain. Wouldn't he linger in his competition to smother the pain and sin. So we pound you out in table tennis like Wang Lekin. Too strange with
Pound you out in table tennis like Wang Lekin. A lot of people refer to their little Johnny, right? Their little boy as their Wang, right? But pounding someone out, there's wordplay there. But he also said rape, didn't he?
competition to smother the pain and sin. In a hospital gown, they often being tied down to recreation, swinging a paddle at mental patients, raping the competition to smother the pain and sin.
Raping the competition. But listen to the wordplay. It just gives you vibes. He's not really saying it, but listen to this. He starts off in a hospital gown, right? Now just imagine someone, get the visual of someone in a gown, right?
Kings at the ready, now the wars won't win.
In a hospital gown, they often being tied down to
Being tied down, right?
recreation, swinging a paddle at mental patients.
And swinging, right? You're swinging, I don't know, imagine swinging at someone, you're fighting back.
Hospital gown, they often being tied down to recreation, swinging a paddle at mental patients, raping the competition to smother the pain and sin.
So imagine you're being raped, right? Smothered. Imagine the pain, and imagine you feeling like there's some sort of sin involved, right? There's a crime happening.
Swinging a paddle at mental patients, raping the competition to smother the pain and sin. So we pound you out in table tennis like Wang Lekin.
He's pounding you out, right? That's an obvious sexual portion here, right? Pounding you out like this Wang Lekin was just the name of this professional tennis player, but it happens to be Wang, right?
In the competition to smother the pain and sin. So we pound you out in table tennis like Wang Lekin. Too strange within just to stop the minute.
Too strange within just to stop, right? So he's already saying it's strange that can't stop, won't stop. Oh, Bill Cosby, oh, Harvey Weinstein, rape face, right? He's not stopping.
Pound you out in table tennis like Wang Lekin. Too strange within just to stop the minute. Interaction, sleeping, parts documented. He's lingering insane, pain thinner in his vein. Colors blown out around the doctor's finger in his brain. With a needle enabled to beat him in a fetal position. He crafted a path to escape his...
Right, getting beat, right? Well, he said with a needle, unable to beat him in a fetal position. So it sounds like the wordplay, outside of the rapey vibes I was getting, it sounds like this guy's institutionalized, and he's balled up, right? He's balled up when they're probably trying to come put his medicine in him, right? Not trying to get his medicine. He said the needle is unable to beat him in a fetal position. Obviously, still going off rape too.
With a needle enabled to beat him in a fetal position. He crafted a path to escape his condition. Would cling to the white walls and psych halls in his mind. Soon bled the words that speak to the world in time. But not before more injections strapped to the bed.
See, strapped to the bed, the injections, right? His mind bled.
After the path to escape his condition. Would cling to the white walls and psych halls in his mind. Soon bled the words that speak to the world in time. But not before more injections strapped to the bed. To the psychotropics, the cold to the rap in his head. When his wrist released, he wrote tunics to Snoop through day of release. Said depart from me, I never knew.
It's good. It was very rapey though. I ain't gonna lie. I almost feel bad breaking it down. It's almost like when a doctor holds up one of those ink spots and they're like, "What do you see?" And it's like, she's getting raped, definitely getting raped. It's like, well, who's the psycho, right? The person giving the test, or are you a psycho based on your answers? Am I hearing it because of something rapey that I'm thinking? Like, damn. I'm gonna run it back.
Not before more injections strapped to the business mind. Soon bled the words that speak to the world in time. Not before more injections strapped to the bed. To the psychotropics, the cold to the rap in his head. When his wrist released, he wrote tunics to Snoop through day of release. Said depart from me, I never knew.
Is there another verse? We got another Aesop verse? It's probably done.
6 in the morning and the walls close in. High noon calls and the walls on him. Kings at the ready, now the wars won't win.
I'm leaving.
Yo, sick. It definitely sounds like he's talking about getting away, right? He's getting away from the working world getting away from these. He's escaping, right? Escaping. Hence the name Getaway car. So I kind of get it. It sounds like he's got these like kind of meaningless jobs. He's got these like bosses that don't know their own job and don't really know what they're doing. And then he's also escaping either from reality or in this kind of mental health facility and dealing with that. So just a really cool play on words with escaping and getaway car. And good terminology. It wasn't. This was definitely not his most complex to break down, but I guess there could be still several meanings. Let me know if anybody else got rapey vibes or if that's just me. But not my favorite, but still a good song from Aesop and another one to add to our folder. If you guys are fans of Aesop Rock and the breakdowns, we've done several songs, including quite a few from Garbology. And they're longer, in-depth breakdowns. So if you guys are fans, show some love, like the video, but subscribe to the channel. We're going to keep it coming and continue going through Aesop's catalog, as well as new artists. We just did MF Doom. I got another MF Doom one lined up. Toby Wigway, Logic, J. Cole, Nas. We're going to keep it going. So we'll see you on the next video.